As always, please ignore what's on my whiteboard. My brother likes to draw things. You know this. You all know this. It's fine. You probably also noticed I have a guest with me today, which hasn't actually happened before. So, Sage, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, well, I'm Sage Mann, and I commissioned the pieces we will be doing the Speedpaint video of today. These are final promotional images for the characters of Irregular Fantasy, which is a web animated series we're working on. We're in very early development for an adaptation of the popular webcomic Irregular Webcomic, and so it's this came these are promotional images of the characters done after we finalized their ultimate character design and art style, and I'm looking forward to seeing this process.
And for anyone coming from Tapas, my name is Stacy. You've probably seen my art style a few times if you follow any other projects, and you'll probably see it again in the future.
Absolutely.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and press play on this. So, the first thing I did with this was a really big project. I really appreciate you letting me record this, because there's like a lot to see with it.
Yeah, I would want to see this, yeah.
I was,
the painted miniatures from the comic, and you're doing
sketches
of their poses.
Lots of references over there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I was very hesitant to start this, so what I did first was do like very broad shapes for the draft. So I did like a preliminary draft, and then later I went in with more details.
Yeah, it's a good system.
And I actually I have no idea when this video is being posted.
Yeah, we gotta get permission from the comics author. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked the brush setting that I used for that preliminary draft, so I've been incorporating that in a lot of my own art recently, so that's fun.
So here's these flipping over to character designs, which Face himself also did. Very nicely done. We got them looking, get the perfect image of what they actually look like, and now we're giving them some personality.
Yeah, do you want to talk at all about like the early designing process that we did?
Basically we finally put together a character design process that I've been thinking about for a long time, and that's, if you've ever seen a model sheet for an animated work, we see the characters from the front, the side, the back, and then, just every little detail of them all on that sheet. And that's what we have here, and the system we worked out is so that they're able to like change their hair and clothes as the story goes on and such. We start with stage 1, which is just their body, just completely naked, completely hairless. Phase 2 is their hair and things like makeup and tattoos, which none of these characters have. And then phase 3 is their clothing and equipment, which we can easily change and mix and match as the story hopefully goes on.
It was a bit of a painstaking process, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really nice to have such like detailed references for like big promotional things like this.
Yeah. Detailed reference that you did yourself too.
Yeah.
And so obviously we're sticking mostly to the details of what the actual painted miniatures that David Morganmar uses in his comic. He's got these little gaming miniatures about 1 inch tall, which he hand painted and has been using in his campaigns and then later his comics for at least 18 years. And we're mostly faithful to the details of those, with just a few little tweaks and such.
That was particularly difficult for me too, because the pictures of them are also quite small. So I definitely had to like double check with you about some details that were harder for me to see.
Mm-hmm, yeah, the comic's never been like super high res or anything, and you'll notice these promotional images, they have a lot of shading and stuff that's not in the model sheets because figure these being because like in like animation or a comic, these characters got to be easy to draw over and over again, so you don't want to put in too much extraneous detail. But for these promotional images, we went ahead and did that. We got shading, we got fingernails, we got stuff like that.
It was very fun to finally be able to go ham on like shading the gems and stuff.
Yeah. See, you feel diminished, I'm sure. And here we have moving on from Mordecai, our lovable rogue, to Kairos, our wizard. Here's one detailed change. In the comic, Kairos carries a telescope, and I thought that's a bit odd, and so I went with a telescoping staff instead. A more traditional wizard staff, and he pops it out like Darth Maul, kinda, and I think that'll make for more interesting situations in the story, I think.
For sure, yeah. Did you have any, like... How did you, go about... Well, I know the models already have their own poses. I'm trying to remember if you tweaked those at all.
Just a little bit. They're in... The miniatures are in very dramatic poses, and we just kind of toned that down a tiny bit. Except Mordecai, who I decided to embrace the drama of his pose.
Yeah. His big goofy smile was fun. I do really like the aesthetic of characters like Alvisa, who are like very like serene and beautiful. But it's also very fun to it's a little bit stressful because you try really hard to make sure that they're like aesthetically pleasing exactly how you want.
Right.
But characters like Mordecai or Lambert, like you can just have fun because they're just like goofy smiles.
Yeah, they're fun people, and Elvis is more the fun police, basically.
Yeah, I did notice that when I was reading like the first script in that you sent out to the group chat a while ago now.
Yep.
There's a lot. It's kind of hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, but I'm liking and just copying down all the green designs. Ooh, chainmail, nice. I figured.
Yeah,
the line
for
work
like
on the chainmail I found
really
a bit distracting. We changed that.
For really intricate details, I like to make like a separate file to then like copy and paste over and over. So I save this pattern to use on Dwalin later.
Nice.
I really hope I'm pronouncing their names right because I've only seen them written.
I don't know. I mean, you said Alvisa. I would say Alvisa, but we'll figure that out.
Alvisa? All right.
Figure that out when we get to more voice acting. I should mention these, the model sheets, they were derived from some that Casey Goslin did last year, which were, I wanted, not only just a bit more accuracy to the comics details, but also, to just back off on the detail a little bit now that I figured we could do this series much faster if we didn't try to learn CGI first. So, so for them to be 2D models, they had to be simplified a bit, and, I wanted Casey to do that again, but she was not available and yeah, it's funny, I commented, kind of when this whole production span started, I commented that, all the Tapas projects we're actually launching are the ones where Casey did the visual development, but due to scheduling conflicts, now 2 of those 3 are now done by Stacy. So.
I do adore Casey's art style, though.
Oh yeah, she's very good. I've been talking to her about stuff we'll be doing later that kind of plays the Dungeons and Dragons aesthetic more straight. I think is something Casey would excel at.
Yeah, I've been following her for a really long time, so it's really cool to see both of us doing stuff for you. Hey, I had to switch cameras because my other one ran out of space. Yeah, cutting during... I don't know, I haven't found a better way to record these kinds of things yet. Cutting is kind of awkward still, but...
Okay. Oh, yeah, we're done with Elvis already? I think I might have a video freeze for a second there, but yeah, okay, so we're on to Dwalin. I was going to say that just putting all the detail into Elvis's hair that you couldn't before, that was quite nice.
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
So yeah, these so yeah, these final renders, the poses, sent them to I sent them to the author David a while back, and he really liked them, and we had to spit negotiation about whether we're proceeding with this project, and we're still. I did check with him about whether we should start releasing these and talking about the project yet, and that includes this video. So let's see, what's today? It's July 13th, so we don't know when this video can actually get out. You've got to wait for him to get back to me on that.
It's very exciting to know that he likes them, though.
Oh yeah. He was like, wow, really cool. And yeah, this whole idea started. The very first Tapas project was a Let's Play of the old Dungeons and Dragons based computer game Icewind Dale, where I used custom portraits and custom sound sets done by my actor friends to play the game as these characters, as the heroes of Irregular Webcomic. And that was fun, and we not only did that, we also dubbed in all the dialogue in the game itself, which, there's very little voice acting in it, but a lot of dialogue, and we dubbed that in, and that was so much fun that, I started kind of thinking about ways I would actually take these characters on their own original adventure that just adapts all the cool stuff from the comic. And so, I approached David with that idea about a little over a year ago now, and we've been developing it, and he's liking it, and I think we're just going to have a lot of fun just doing this kind of little cartoon thing, which is something we're ill prepared for, but we're certainly going to try. I gotta go back to playing Icewind Dale one of these days. It's been like a year. I gotta finish that Let's Play. And all the actors who did the custom sound sets, they have all confirmed that they will be back to voice the characters again. And I'm very excited to come into the studio, or at least talking about that sometime next month when we finish the storyboards for the first teaser.
Very cool, very cool. How exciting is it for you, for this project specifically, to see all these characters be finalized?
Oh, it's very exciting. I mean, this is a project I'm very passionate about. Probably for the same reasons that a lot of media is adaptations, because the characters are pre-made and ready to go. I could think of ideas. It's like a fanfic kind of. It's It's just a lot easier to come up with ideas than it would be in something original. So I'm grateful for that. I do have, an original thing going on that I see as kind of a sister series to that. And here we have Drock. I had a lot of original flair to Drock. In his original miniature, I'm pretty sure he's got human skulls on his belt, and I made them various swamp creatures he's collected over the years, so I thought that'd make him a bit more palatable and also a hint at some adventures in his past.
Yeah, Drock's gone through the most changes probably.
Well, yeah,
from Casey's original design.
Casey had to do him twice because he's just so inhuman. It's been very difficult to get a good face shape for him that just looks nice and approachable. And what we ended up with was when Stacy first added those brow ridges to him, I realized, that's a look. That looks a bit like legendary Godzilla. So we kind of went with that. Very kind of grumpy old man look that the modern Godzilla, American Godzilla, currently has. And, is it over?
Yeah, it's ironic that Drock's design took the absolute longest to finalize, yet his coloring probably took the least amount of time.
Yeah, designing his body took a long time, but once that's done, he's light on the details.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's about it. It's when I paid Stacy for this, I sent her a little invoice with along with the PayPal that said Drock like.
That was a fun surprise.
It's the voice of Drock in the original sound sets, and a lot of people just thought I was doing a Russian accent, and so I thought, okay, that's not going to work. So I've been working on a new voice for him that just sounds more like what I was going for, which was lizard lips, not Russian. So excited to unveil that soon. I won't show you now. Well, thanks for having me on. I was really looking forward to seeing
thank you
this,
for joining me here.
Looking forward to seeing it very much. I'm so glad you recorded it.
So it's a little less awkward recording these kinds of videos with someone to bounce ideas off of. So that was very fun for me.
Absolutely. I don't want to be doing my podcast alone anymore. Once season 2 fires up, I'm gonna have guests.
Yeah, I'd be happy to go on that if you need me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to get you and Casey on to run by like a big list of Tapa stuff you've done in the past, and then after that,
oh yeah,
some of your own stuff after that.
It would be really good to hear Casey talk about her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I never know how to end videos. Are you any better at it? All right, we're gonna go. Thank you very much for watching.
Hey.
All of our links are gonna be in the description if you want to check some stuff out.
Sure.
All right.